All right, the lesson is points, lines, and planes. Simply a point is simply a location. It has no shape or size. You check out to the left over here. This is an example of a point. You can always use a capital letter to name the point. How you would name it is just like this. Point A, or you can put a dot in front of a capital A. Next up is your line. A line is made up of points, and you have to have at least 2 points to form the line. A line has no thickness or width. You can name a line by any 2 points on the line or a lowercase script letter. If you check out to the left over here, the script letter is this little cursive guy, this little N over here. So to name it by using that script letter, you would have to say line, right after the word line, and then the N. You can also name it by using the word line again and pick 2 points off the line. In this case, it would be X, Y. Or you can use it using symbols. Pick 2 points off the line, X, Y, in any order, and put a line above those 2 points. 2 vocab words, collinear and non-collinear. Collinear are points on the same line. Non-collinear points that are not on the same line. And just note here, there must be at least 3 points when we're naming collinear or non-collinear points. 3 points, 3 points. Next up is your plane. A plane is a flat surface made up of points. Any 3 points make up a plane. So you must have at least 3 points to have a plane. A plane extends indefinitely in all directions. So top goes forever, left, right goes forever, bottom goes forever. It's a big flat surface. A plane can be named by any 3 non-collinear points on the plane or an uppercase script letter. So here's how you name a plane. So if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, this is your script letter. But once again, you have to write out the word plane and then put in the script letter after that, the P. The only other way, once again, you have to write out the word plane, and you can pick any 3 points on the plane and put these 3 points in any order that you want. Does not matter. So plane K, J, L. And just like collinear, non-collinear, we've got coplanar points and non-coplanar points. Coplanar, points that lie on the same plane. Non-coplanar points, these are points that do not lie on the same plane. All right. And with this, you have to have at least 4 points to be considered coplanar points. Next section, intersecting lines and planes. Top one's 2 lines intersecting, bottom one is 2 planes intersecting. And when you're quizzing, guys, on the homework, you're going to be asked, where do these planes and lines intersect at? All right, so in this case, 2 lines will always intersect at a point. If you look at the diagram, they intersect right there at point P. 2 planes will always intersect at a line. And in this case, these 2 planes intersect at line K. So plane L and plane M intersect at line K. That's it for notes. Let's try some examples. All right. So this is kind of set up just like your homework. And remember, guys, there's going to be many answers that are going to vary on this page. All right. So you can have more than one answer for your assignment. All right, so let's use the diagram to the right to name the following. I need 4 collinear points. So any 4 points that lie on the same line. Check it out, it's right here. H, N, K, and I. H, N, K, and I are 4 points that lie on the same line. Name a line that contains point M. So first find point M, and you can name it 3 different ways. You can name it by saying line P, or pick any 2 letters that lie on this line. In this case, I'm just going to use the original one. I'm going to say, hey, point M lies on line P. C says a line that contains points H and K. Find H and K. There's H, there's K. What line are they on? Line R. D says name another line for another name for line Q. Okay, so here's line Q, but now you got to use the other way. So pick any 2 points on this line. You've got J, K, and L that all lie on line Q. Pick any 2. I'm going to use J and K. And I'm going to use a symbol notation and put JK with that line above it. Letter E, the intersections of lines P and R. And remember, guys, 2 lines intersect at a point. So I'm looking at the point where those 2 lines intersect at. Here is line P. Here is line R. They intersect right there at point N. Next section. Line containing point F. Okay, well, here's point F. Point F lies on line J. Another name for line K. Okay, here's line K. Pick any of these 2 points on the line and then put them down. I'm going to use point C and E. I use the symbol notation. Letter C, a plane containing point A. And remember, guys, to name a plane, you got to pick 3 points that are on that plane. So I look at the plane, A, D, E, and F are on plane, this plane right here. All right, so I'm going to pick 3 points that are on this plane. I'm going to use A, D, and E. Write out the word plane, pick any 3 letters on that plane. I could have also said plane M in this case as well, guys. So maybe just for one more answer. Plane M, that's that weird looking letter in the bottom right-hand corner. So 2 answers there. You can use either one of those. For D, an example of 3 non-collinear points. Points that do not lie on the same line. So for example, these 3 points right here are on the same line. But if I were to pick, let's say, B, A, and D, those are 3 non-collinear points. So I'm going to say B, A, and D. These 3 points are not on the same line. E, the intersection of plane M and line K. So where does plane M intersect with line K? Okay, the flat surface is plane M. Line K is right here. This line is going through the plane. So this line goes through it, and it goes through the plane at point E. That's a tricky one. 2 more sections. A says name 3 coplanar points, 3 points on the same plane. Remember, coplanar, 3 points on the same plane. Okay. So if I check out my example here, here's plane R. I'm going to pick 3 points on this bottom plane. You got 4 of them. You've got X, Y, V, and W. Just pick any of those 3. I'm going to pick X, W, and V. A plane containing point X. Okay, well, here's point X. You have 2 ways to name it. I can name any 3 of these points down here, or I can name it by the script letter in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'll use that one for this one. So plane R. C, the intersection of plane R, which is your bottom plane over here, and plane Z, V, Y. Z, V, Y is this plane kind of over there. And they hit that plane right here. Right there at line V, Y. And that's a segment. It's not a line. So for segments, we just use a little bar on top instead of the arrows for lines. So plane R and the side plane over here intersect at V, Y. D, how many planes appear in the figure? You've got one on the bottom, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that wrap around this triangle right here. So 4 sides of the square pyramid, and you've got one on the bottom. So a total of 5 planes. Letter E, how many planes contain point W? Okay, well, here's W. W is on the bottom plane. W is on the side plane right here. And W is also on the front plane looking at you right here. So W is on the bottom, the right side, and the front side. So a total of 3 planes. Last section. A says the intersections of lines L and M. Remember, 2 lines intersect at a point. So find the point where these 2 lines intersect at. Here's line L. Here's line M. They intersect at point E. B, another name for plane Q. Okay, well, here's plane Q. Pick any 3 points on that plane. Does not matter the order. Pick any 3 points. I'm going to use I, F, and E. Write out the word plane and the 3 letters that you picked, I, F, and E. Question, are points D and E collinear or coplanar? Remember, collinear on the same line, coplanar on the same plane. So D and E. Here's D, here's E. Well, D's on plane P, E is on plane Q. However, they are on the same line. So these 2 points, D and E, are collinear. Last one. How many times do planes P and Q intersect? Trick question. Here's plane P, here's plane Q. They will never intersect. They are parallel planes. Never. They are parallel planes. That symbol means parallel. That's it for your first lesson. Hope you enjoyed it.